Колеги, ми будемо продовжувати.
We continue our working day with Crisis Media Center, and I give the floor to Presidential Administration spokesman on ATO-related issues, Andriy Lysenko.
Good afternoon, esteemed colleagues. The events that took place during the last 24 hours in ATO zone. In Lugansk direction, it was quiet. In Donetsk direction, there are heavy battles going on near Avdiivka. Yesterday, there were heavy shellings at our positions in this section of the front, which started at about 7 p.m. The enemy is actively using heavy weaponry, mortars, tanks, and 122mm guns. After the powerful artillery preparation, the enemy started the attack, which lasted for 3 hours. Our servicemen have met the occupants by fire and successfully repelled their attempts to move forward. Thanks to the coordinated actions and courage of Ukrainian servicemen, the line of front has not been changed, and that is taking into account the fact that the enemy was shelling from two directions, from the south, Spartak, and eastern, Yasenuvata. Other hot points at the contact line are Zaitseva, where illegal armed groups are heavily shelling from small arms and grenade launchers, and Donetsk airport. And the enemy is shelling from mortars. During the last 24 hours in Donetsk direction, there were 37 shellings and one military clash. In Mariupolsky direction, the militants twice were shelling at our positions near Pavlopol. Also, several provocations of the enemy took place in other sections of the front in Novotroitsky, Granitne, and Shirokino. The total number of shellings is 6 during the last 24 hours in Mariupolsky direction. During the last 24 hours, and the result of active military actions, 1 Ukrainian serviceman was killed and were wounded. One more representative of a legal armed group used the program of the Security Service of Ukraine you are waited for at home. This is the citizen of Donetsk region who last year joined one of the groupings of the enemy. He received the weapons, and he was guarding the location of illegal armed group and was executing different tasks of the militants. The lack of discipline, drinking, conflicts forced him to go back home. The law enforcers are confiscating ammunition in the zone of ATO near Slavyansk. The Security Service of Ukraine servicemen found the hiding place with 6 grenade launchers and 4,000 cartridges of 7.62mm in Yaversky test field. The instructors are being prepared of the National Guard of Ukraine, who will be the experts in counteracting the diversion intelligence groups. After the theory, the personnel starts practical actions. In the end of every element, they analyze the actions of every serviceman. In the Navy forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, there are the training of with the officers, graduates of 2016. The young officers learned new types of weapons and military equipment, including the small armored artillery vessels. And we would like to remind that in the end of February, the faculty of the Navy of the National University Odessa Navy Academy graduated more than 30 young officers. The President of Ukraine awarded this with the state awards the heroes of ATO. The ceremony of award was taking place during the meeting with the officers at the National University of Defense, named after Ivan Chernyakhovsky. The Lieutenant Colonel Dmitro Kashchenko of the 93rd Mechanized Brigade, who was participant of the battle fair in Pisky, Major Oleg Balas, 80th Marine Brigade, the Lieutenant Colonel Igor Zasimenko, 11th Brigade of the Army Aviation, were awarded these awards via the checkpoint Novotroitsk in the direction of Donetsk. The truck with humanitarian assistance went with the humanitarian assistance from the International Committee of Red Cross with transports more than 7.5 tons of medical equipment and construction materials for the citizens of occupied territories. If you have any questions, you're welcome.
Якщо питань, то
If there's no comments or questions, thank you very much. And we end our press conference, and the next event is at